Oh, hello. Today we're going to talk about heritability. Try to unravel what it is and what it is not. So to begin with, let's clear up a few things. Heritability is not genetics. Heritability sounds like heredity, but it is not. It is not looking at genealogy and genes being passed on from generation to generation, but as genetic variations of a population. Heritability does not reflect the extent to which traits are passed down from parent to offspring. Heritability does not apply to individuals, again, only to variations within a population. Now that we have that out of the way, let's see what the textbook has to say about it. Heritability, the proportion of variation among individuals that we can attribute to genes. This may vary depending on the range of populations and environments studied. These traits are rated on a scale from 0 all the way up to 1. 0 being 0% variation and 1 being 100% variation. Something would be 0 or close to 0 if there is no genetic variation within the population. The closer you get to 1, the more genetic variation is within the population. Let's look at a couple examples here. First off, take a look at your hands. Really look at them. Now ask yourself this very simple question. What is the heritability of fingers within the world's population? Or, to put it another way, what is the genetic variation of being born with, including the thumb's, 10 fingers? The heritability of having 5 fingers on each hand is very low, close to 0. This is because the source of variation here is usually environmentally caused, such as from a teratogen, an agent, usually something in the environment that the mother may be exposed to during pregnancy, such as prescribed medication, a street drug, alcohol use, or a disease present in the mother. Another environmental variation would be accidents. Remember, heritability is looking at the genetic variation within a population. With fingers, there is very little genetic variation, so we are looking at a number that is very close to 0. How about another example? In 1997, Carlson and Burskett did a study that concluded that the heritability for hair color amongst the Eskimo population is 0.00. It is 0.00 because there is no genetic variation for hair color amongst the Eskimo population. Any trait that is expressed by your DNA is heritable. Blue eyes, intelligence, height, predisposition towards certain cancers, etc. Traits that are the result of any factor other than your genes are not heritable in the biological sense. If you like country music because your parents played it while you were growing up, or if you're short because you had poor nutrition as a child, you cannot pass those traits on directly to your children. Pop quiz number 1. What is the heritability for height in the following population? Is it closer to 0 or closer to 1? The answer is closer to 1. Genetically, there is very little similarity between any of these members. We have hobbits, wizards, assuming that there is some sort of wizard gene, dwarfs, elves, humans, and this guy, he's a ranger. Pop quiz number 2. What is the heritability of any trait for this population? The answer is, who cares? Seriously, on May 19th, 1999, George Lucas murdered my childhood, so why should I care? Now that that is out of the way, the answer is 0. Just like the heritability of identical twins, clones would be genetically identical, and any variation in their behavior cannot be accounted for by genetic differences, but by environmental factors. Pop quiz number 3. How about the heritability of the minions? Are they clones? No. They have similar characteristics, however, there are some genetic differences. For instance, skin color. They are all yellow, so the heritability for skin color is 0. However, when it comes to number of eyes, this number would not be 0 because, wherein some minions have 2 eyes, a percentage of them do not. In this picture, there are 32 one-eyed minions and 39 two-eyed minions, making the number closer to 50%, or 0.5. So what have we learned about heritability? Well, first off, heritability is not genetics. Secondly, heritability does not apply to the individual. But what heritability is the genetic variation within a population. So, be sure to read your book, be sure to reread your book, and then write down any questions that you may have so that you can ask them in class. And I'll see you there.